For years, Rick Harrison stood as one of the most recognizable faces in American reality television. His presence on Pawn Stars transformed a simple pawn shop into a global brand, blending entertainment with real-world negotiation and historical curiosity. Viewers were drawn to his calm demeanor, sharp instincts, and ability to turn ordinary transactions into compelling stories. But behind that composed exterior, a far more complicated narrative has been unfolding, one filled with personal loss, legal disputes, shifting relationships, and growing public scrutiny. The foundation that once supported his fame has, in many ways, become a source of pressure and controversy. Over time, cracks have appeared in both his professional empire and personal life, revealing challenges that extend far beyond the television screen. From family disputes over business ownership to viral misinformation campaigns and deeply personal tragedies, the journey has taken unexpected turns. What once seemed like a stable and carefully managed image has evolved into something far more complex. This story explores the transformation of a man who built an empire through persistence and instinct, only to find himself navigating a series of events that test not only his reputation but also his resilience and identity. A family lawsuit that shook the foundation. In 2022, a legal battle emerged that brought intense public attention to the Harrison family. Joanne Harrison filed a lawsuit in Nevada against her son, alleging misconduct related to the ownership of the gold and silver pawn shop. The case centered on claims that Rick had taken advantage of her vulnerable state following a coma years earlier, securing control of a majority share in the business without her full awareness. After the passing of Richard Harrison in 2018, tensions reportedly escalated, with disputes over financial transparency and asset distribution coming to the forefront. Joanne argued that she was not adequately informed about the shop's financial dealings and that previously consistent financial support had been discontinued. The lawsuit sought restitution, a comprehensive audit, and restrictions on the use of her alleged assets. Rick denied all accusations, asserting that external influences had affected his mother's perspective. As of mid-2025, the case has not reached a widely reported resolution, leaving lingering uncertainty. Beyond the legal implications, the situation exposed deep fractures within a family that had long been portrayed as united. For viewers who had followed their interactions on television, the dispute was both surprising and unsettling, challenging long-held perceptions of harmony and trust. Viral misinformation and public confusion. In early 2025, a wave of viral content spread across social media platforms, claiming that Rick Harrison had been arrested and sentenced to prison. These videos, often featuring manipulated images and dramatic captions, quickly gained millions of views. Many viewers initially believed the claims, highlighting how easily misinformation can take hold in the digital age. However, independent fact-checking organizations, including Snopes, confirmed that the allegations were entirely false. The images were digitally altered, likely using advanced editing or artificial intelligence tools, and no legal action of that nature had occurred. Despite being debunked, the rapid spread of these claims demonstrated how public perception can be influenced by sensational content. The situation also reflected a broader trend in which public figures become targets of fabricated narratives designed to attract attention and generate engagement. For Rick, the incident added another layer of complexity to an already challenging period, forcing him to navigate not only real issues but also false ones amplified by the internet. The impact of associates' legal troubles. While Rick himself was not involved in criminal proceedings, incidents involving those close to him contributed to a growing narrative of controversy. His son, Corey Harrison, faced legal issues related to driving under the influence in 2023, drawing media attention and raising questions about the family's stability. Additionally, longtime associate Austin Lee Russell had previously been involved in a 2016 investigation concerning drugs and weapons. Although these events were separate from Rick's own actions, they were often linked together in public discourse, creating an impression of ongoing turmoil. This tendency to associate individuals with the actions of those around them is not uncommon, particularly in the realm of reality television, where personal and professional lives are closely intertwined. For audiences, these incidents blurred the line between individual responsibility and collective image, contributing to a perception that the once stable environment of the pawn shop was facing increasing challenges. Earlier controversies and legal allegations. The Harrison family had encountered legal challenges even before their rise to widespread fame. In 2012, a lawsuit filed by Daniel Callahan alleged that he had been physically assaulted at the pawn shop after bringing in a firearm for appraisal. The claims included accusations of being forcibly removed from the premises. However, statements from family members indicated that neither Rick nor his father were present during the incident. No charges were ultimately filed, and the case did not significantly impact the business or its public image at the time. Nevertheless, the incident remains part of the broader narrative surrounding the shop, illustrating how even isolated events can contribute to a complex public perception. As the business grew and gained visibility, past controversies resurfaced, often reinterpreted in light of more recent developments. Questions around business practices. Beyond legal disputes, certain incidents raised questions about operational practices at the pawn shop. One notable case involved stolen coins that were sold to the business and later could not be recovered after being melted down. While no direct wrongdoing was attributed to Rick, the situation highlighted challenges related to verifying the origins of items in a high-volume transaction environment. Additionally, reports from individuals within the television industry suggested that some aspects of the show were staged or pre-arranged. This revelation, while not uncommon for reality television, contrasted with the show's portrayal of spontaneous and authentic interactions. For many viewers, this raised concerns about the authenticity of the content and the extent to which it reflected real-life operations. These issues contributed to an evolving perception of the brand, prompting audiences to reconsider what they were seeing on screen. The evolution of public perception. Over time, the image of Rick Harrison shifted from that of a confident and trustworthy businessman to a more complex and scrutinized figure. Early portrayals emphasized his expertise, fairness, and ability to navigate difficult negotiations with ease. However, as controversies and personal challenges became more visible, public opinion grew more divided. Some continued to admire his accomplishments and resilience, while others questioned his decisions and integrity. This shift illustrates how public figures are often subject to changing narratives, influenced by both factual developments and media representation. The contrast between past and present perceptions underscores the fragile nature of reputation, particularly in an era where information, accurate or not, spreads rapidly. Rebuilding reputation in the age of constant scrutiny. In an era where public figures are continuously evaluated through the lens of social media, rebuilding and maintaining a reputation has become an ongoing challenge rather than a one-time effort. For Rick Harrison, this reality has meant navigating not only legitimate criticism but also exaggerated narratives and misinformation. Every statement, business decision, or personal development is quickly analyzed, shared, and often reshaped by online audiences. Unlike earlier stages of his career, when television editing controlled much of his public image, the current environment offers far less control. This shift has required a more deliberate approach to communication. Rick has had to balance transparency with caution, ensuring that he addresses issues without unintentionally fueling further speculation. At the same time, he must maintain the authenticity that originally attracted viewers to porn stars. Reputation management now extends beyond public appearances to include digital presence, interviews, and even silence at strategic moments. The process is gradual and often unpredictable, influenced by both his actions and external factors. Rebuilding trust in such an environment is not about a single statement or gesture, but about consistent behavior over time. It requires demonstrating accountability where necessary, while also standing firm against unfounded claims. This delicate balance reflects the broader challenge faced by many public figures today, remaining credible and relatable in a world where perception can change overnight. The shifting dynamics of fame and longevity. Sustaining relevance over decades in the entertainment industry is a rare achievement, and Rick Harrison's journey illustrates both the rewards and challenges of long-term visibility. When Pawn Stars first aired, its format felt fresh and engaging, offering viewers a glimpse into a niche world of historical artifacts and negotiation. Over time, however, maintaining that level of interest required constant adaptation. Audience expectations evolved, competition increased, and the novelty of the format gradually diminished. This is a natural cycle for long-running shows, yet it places significant pressure on those at the center of the brand. For Rick, the challenge has been to remain relevant without losing the core identity that defined his success. Efforts such as spin-offs and new media ventures demonstrate a willingness to evolve, but they also highlight the difficulty of replicating the original impact. Longevity in this context is not just about staying visible, but about staying meaningful. It involves understanding changing audience preferences and finding ways to connect with new generations while retaining loyal fans. This balancing act is particularly complex for someone whose identity is so closely tied to a specific format and setting. The transition from a dominant television presence to a more diversified media figure represents both an opportunity and a test of adaptability. Business resilience amid changing economic landscapes. The success of the gold and silver pawn shop has always depended on its ability to adapt to economic conditions and consumer behavior. Over the years, the business has faced various challenges, from fluctuations in tourism to broader economic downturns. The COVID-19 pandemic, in particular, had a significant impact, reducing foot traffic and altering purchasing patterns. In response, Rick Harrison implemented strategies to maintain stability, including expanding online sales and hosting virtual auctions. These efforts reflect a broader trend in retail, where digital platforms play an increasingly important role. The pawn industry itself has also evolved, with greater emphasis on verification processes, customer trust, and regulatory compliance. For Rick, maintaining resilience has required not only adapting to external conditions but also reassessing internal operations. This includes streamlining processes, exploring new revenue streams, and leveraging the brand's recognition to attract a global audience. The ability to pivot quickly has been a defining characteristic of his approach. While challenges remain, the continued operation of the shop demonstrates a level of stability that many businesses struggle to achieve. It also underscores the importance of flexibility in navigating an ever-changing economic landscape. Personal identity beyond television fame. While Rick Harrison is widely known for his role on Pawn Stars, his identity extends beyond television. Over time, he has taken on multiple roles: businessman, public speaker, advocate, and media personality. Each of these roles contributes to a more complex and multifaceted image. The transition from being primarily a television figure to a broader public personality involves redefining how he is perceived. This process is influenced by both personal choices and external circumstances. For example, his involvement in discussions about the opioid crisis following the loss of his son has introduced a more personal and emotional dimension to his public image. At the same time, his continued business activities reinforce his reputation as a practical and strategic thinker. Balancing these aspects requires careful navigation, as each role carries its own expectations. The challenge lies in integrating them into a cohesive identity that feels authentic. This evolution reflects a broader trend among public figures, where success in one often leads to opportunities and challenges in others. For Rick, embracing this complexity is part of moving forward, allowing him to remain relevant while also exploring new avenues of influence. Personal relationships and marital history. Rick's personal life has been marked by a series of relationships that reflect both stability and change. His first marriage to Kim Harrison took place during his early years, before fame entered the picture. They had 2 children together, including Corey and Adam, but the marriage ended after a few years. His second marriage to Tracy Harrison lasted over 2 decades and represented a period of relative stability. However, as his professional commitments grew, maintaining balance became increasingly difficult. Subsequent marriages, including those to Deanna Bird and Amanda Palmer, were shorter in duration, suggesting ongoing challenges in sustaining long-term relationships. These patterns highlight the complexities of managing personal life alongside a demanding and highly visible career. A new chapter in personal life. Despite past difficulties, Rick has continued to pursue personal connections. In 2025, he became engaged to Angie Polushkin, marking another attempt to build a lasting relationship. The engagement reflects a willingness to move forward and seek stability, even after multiple setbacks. While the future of this relationship remains uncertain, it demonstrates a persistent optimism and desire for companionship. For public figures, personal relationships often become part of the broader narrative, shaping how they are perceived by audiences. In Rick's case, his ongoing efforts to rebuild his personal life add another layer to his evolving story. The tragic loss of a son. One of the most devastating events in Rick's life occurred in January 2024, when his son Adam Harrison passed away from an accidental overdose involving fentanyl and methamphetamine. The loss was deeply personal and profoundly impactful, marking a turning point in his life. Unlike his other children, Adam had remained largely out of the public eye, making the tragedy even more poignant. Rick's public response was brief but heartfelt, reflecting the depth of his grief. This event not only affected his personal life but also influenced his public actions and priorities, leading him to speak more openly about issues related to substance abuse. The end and transition of a television era. Since its debut in 2009, Pawn Stars has been a cornerstone of reality television, running for over 2 decades and producing hundreds of episodes. However, by 2025, the show entered an indefinite hiatus, signaling a significant transition. The decision not to renew the series reflected both changing audience preferences and the challenges of sustaining long-term success. Efforts to revitalize the brand included spin-offs such as Pawn Stars Do America, which explored new formats and locations. These developments indicated a shift toward adaptation and reinvention, as the original formula faced increasing pressure to evolve. Business adaptation and brand expansion. Despite changes in television production, the gold and silver pawn shop remains a central part of Rick's business empire. The shop has evolved into a major tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world. Beyond traditional pawn transactions, revenue streams now include merchandise, online sales, and live auctions. These adaptations have allowed the business to remain viable even as external conditions, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, affected operations. Rick's ability to pivot and explore new opportunities demonstrates a key aspect of his success: adaptability in the face of change. Public voice and political expression. Rick Harrison has never shied away from expressing his views on political and social issues. He publicly supported Marco Rubio during the 2016 presidential campaign and has described himself as a libertarian in various interviews. His comments on topics such as government policy and social issues have sometimes sparked controversy, reflecting the challenges of balancing personal expression with public image. In the aftermath of his son's death, he became particularly vocal about the opioid crisis, criticizing policies he believed contributed to the problem. These statements, while polarizing, illustrate his willingness to engage with issues that matter to him, even at the risk of criticism, advocacy, and personal transformation. Following his son's passing, Rick's focus shifted toward advocacy and awareness. He began participating in discussions about substance abuse, lending his voice to efforts aimed at addressing the opioid crisis. His approach was direct and often emotional, reflecting the personal nature of his involvement. By sharing his experiences, he sought to raise awareness and encourage action, transforming personal tragedy into a broader mission. This shift highlights a different aspect of his identity, one that extends beyond business and entertainment into social engagement and public discourse, financial standing, and lasting influence. Despite the challenges he has faced, Rick Harrison remains a financially successful and influential figure. His estimated net worth reflects a combination of television earnings, business ventures, and investments. More importantly, his influence extends beyond financial metrics. He has become a recognizable part of popular culture, associated with a specific style of negotiation and business acumen. This enduring presence underscores the strength of his brand, even as it evolves in response to changing circumstances. Conclusion: a complex legacy in progress. The story of Rick Harrison is one of success, controversy, resilience, and transformation. From building a globally recognized brand to navigating personal and professional challenges, his journey reflects the complexities of life in the public eye. While his reputation has faced scrutiny, his ability to adapt and continue moving forward remains evident. The legacy he is shaping is not defined solely by past achievements or recent controversies, but by the way he responds to them. As his story continues to unfold, it serves as a reminder that even the most established figures must confront change, uncertainty, and the ongoing task of redefining themselves.